Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's the illusion reporting from somewhere on spaceship Earth. Well, we're doing a sober Wednesday, and we haven't done one of these in a while, dude. So I thought I would come in it and get fired up on the thing, dude. And yeah, here we are. It's Wednesday, 6:30. It's the usual time. And we're here. We're gonna get into let me see, dude. Recognition image. Yeah. Hold on, dude. Okay. Um so yeah, I shouldn't multitask. There's no such thing. So yeah, we're here, dude. So what do we used to say? This is an hour dedicated to those who suffer, which is all of us on a certain day at a certain time and a certain place and a certain somewhere and a certain somehow. So darn, I forgot to send an email I'm supposed to send. Um there we go. So yeah, we just ask you keep the chat positive or helpful and all that kind of stuff, dude. So this is not affiliated with any AA or 12-step group or anybody. This is just a dude with a YouTube channel realizing that people are suffering out there. So we open this up for those who suffer, man. And you don't need to suffer, though it's not a bad thing. Suffering's not a bad thing. It's the touchstone to spiritual growth. You know what I'm saying? And so, with that said, the only really thing we do that's sort of consistent in this thing is I read how it works from chapter 5 of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. Why we're not affiliated with any AA or any group is because this 2 pages lays out a pretty concise way to get over something that's causing you to suffer, or an affliction or an addiction, whether it be drugs, alcohol, sex, credit card debt, obesity, lack of self-will, whatever it is, man, whatever pipe you're smoking to get out of this thing, this this is a way to go through it. So where it says alcohol, just insert your problem, whatever that problem may be, dude. Too many Oreo cookies, television, whatever it is, man, whatever's keeping you away from God, because ultimately a relationship with God is the solution. Though this is not a proselytizing channel right now, or this hour is not telling you which way to pray or how to butter your bread. It is merely an example. It is merely a suggestion. And with that said, let us read chapter 5 of How It Works from the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, page 58. Chapter 5, How It Works. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves this simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates. They're not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They're naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you decide you want what we have and are willing to go to any length to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. As some of these we balked, we thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil till we let go. Absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, powerful. Without help, it is too much for us. But there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Half measures availed us nothing. We stood at the turning point. We asked his protection and care with complete abandon. Here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. 1, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9, made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for the knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and practice these principles in all of our affairs. Many of us exclaimed, "What an order! I cannot go through with it." Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is that we are willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we've set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter of the agnostic, and our personal adventures before and after make clear 3 pertinent ideas. A, that we were alcoholic and we could not manage our own lives. B, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. And C, that God could and would if he were sought. Trips me out, man. That's a pretty gnarly 2.5 pages right there. I was tripping out at the end. I was like, how do they even get all those individual words to link up into those sentences, which linked up into those paragraphs, which linked up into this thing, this little program to get out of our own way. And I might have to cut this short in that sense. I think my wife's going to be calling me. She's away on a business trip in about 30 minutes. But anyway, powerless, dude, unmanageability, dehydration. You know, it's funny in the sober game, it really is just bypassed our spacesuits and the condition of our physical form, man, and how much that affects our ability to carry out all of this stuff. You know, in the beginning, it's pretty easy to get this going because you just remove drugs and alcohol and let the insanity begin, right? Just stop drinking or drugging or eating Oreo cookies or whatever it is. And you begin to experience a change, man. You begin to have that shift. And then you get like to a certain point, like where the obsession's been removed. Like, I'm not going to drink. I could care less about it. It doesn't interest me on any level. Yeah, sure, I'm an alcoholic. I have the obsession, the allergy, the spiritual malady, all that kind of stuff. But like, I know drugs and alcohol aren't going to solve the problem, right? So it moves the thing and like, so recently I don't know if it's recent. It's sort of a constant thing, or it comes and goes. I've been super uptight, man, just like wound, super gnarly, dude. Right. And like this is a program of thorough honesty. So I don't deny that fact. I don't deny the fact I'm wound super tight and I'm edgy and I'm cranky and it's all unmanageable and I'm powerless. Like I get that. And yet but knowing that makes me even more frustrated. It makes me even edgier and crankier. Like ignorance is bliss, right? Like if I didn't know, I'd just be like, whatever. But then I'd probably solve my problem with a little reefer, little bong hit, little snoochie boochie, a little something, dude, whatever it may be, right? But I know better, right? And yet I forget. And so I called up my buddy Jordan yesterday and I routed myself out. I was like, dude, I'm blowing it, man. I go, I'm super edgy. I don't want to be. Being edgy makes me super even more annoyed. Like it's just this like feedback loop of like edginess, right? And he's a dad and he's got a relationship with God and we're both informed and the whole thing. We've all been on our journey, right? And we got to talking and he started talking about drinking water. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like that's it. Like I've been super dehydrated for a while now. But in a weird way, I know how to suffer, right? Like again, like this is for those who suffer. I know how to suffer, dude. I don't even notice I'm dehydrated. I'm not even thirsty, dude. I'm just dehydrated. I'm just not drinking enough water. And so, but what was weird is he said that, but it took me back like about an hour or two before I distill my own water, right? So, I got to go. I have a whole process to distill it, and then I add my mineral salts and the whole thing. And so I was leaving to take Owl to a baseball game, and I got a cup of water, and I looked at the water cistern, right? My glass thing I fill up and we get our water from. And I was like, dude, I haven't filled this thing up in like 3 days. I was like, dude. And I just had this conscious thought that like, man, we're not drinking enough water. Cause like realistically, like between the three of us, we easily blow through like way more than a gallon a day. If we're staying hydrated, it's like 1.5 a day, dude, of water. And I looked at that and I haven't filled that thing up in like 3 days, 4 days. I go, dude, where am like, but I didn't think anything of it any more than what I thought of it. I noticed it, dude. I was like just observing reality, but I didn't have any depth to it or any like discernment about it. I just observed it, right? And then I was talking to Jordan and he's like, dude, like dehydration, man, you're dehydrated. And I was like, this light bulb went off and I came back and I drank a bunch of water, dude. And it was like, I immediately felt better. And why I'm bringing this up is, getting sober is almost easy. Maintaining sanity while sober is the trick, right? Because that's like the insanity and sobriety can either lead to being honest with yourself and seeking solution, or just picking up a bong hit or snoochie boochie or a fifth of Jack Daniels and getting hammered and jacked up again, right? And so one of the things that I've noticed, I'm like, 14 years sober now, 14 and a half years sober, is what goes on with my body is paramountly important to my spiritual condition. If my like bioelectrical spacesuit that I inhabit is not operating properly, how am I going to do any of this stuff? Yeah, I can do step one. I can admit I'm powerless over alcohol and my life's unmanageable. Dude, I can do that. I can maintain that. I can maintain, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. I can absolutely do that. Make a decision to turn my will and my life over to the care of God as I understood him. Yeah, I can fake that one. And then it all starts getting way more dependent upon the steps after that are like maintenance things. But I go, how am I going to maintain my connectivity with God if I'm not maintaining the connectivity within my spacesuit, right? And it wasn't a journey. It wasn't like I got sober and started eating healthy. That didn't happen. I got sober and started wedging Moose Tracks ice cream with extra chocolate syrup and making Totino's pizzas with extra layers of pepperoni and eating Oreo cookies. I lived like that way for the first couple of years of sobriety, man. Just coffee and bad food and sugar and that. That's why I got candida, dude, right? Like I poisoned myself. And then, I met my wife and she eats pretty clean and she's about it. And then I had a kid and I was like, I'm not going to feed him poison. So why would I feed myself poison? And so I began to like improve the condition of my spacesuit. But like anything else, like I forget, dude, I start to slack. I drift off the target, right? And for me, like I'm not like, look, I know sobriety's only the day I'm in, right? Like I can only guarantee my sobriety today based upon my spiritual condition. With that said, I'm not worried about drinking or drugging or any of that stuff. But where I am like out of my mind is I don't like being edgy. I don't like being cranky. I don't like being in a bad mood. It pisses me off. Like being in a bad mood makes me angry because I know better. I don't want to experience that. Like I want to enjoy my life. And I'm like, why am I not? And then all of a sudden I got to reach out to a friend of mine, a trusted bro, and be like, what's going on, dude? And he's like, dude, you drinking enough water? And I'm like, dude, no, I'm not drinking enough water, dude. And we forget about these things of like, I don't know how it's like, I don't know how you maintain sobriety after a certain point without beginning to focus on your spacesuit. I know people don't, and they maintain sobriety, but for me, like I want more out of my life, dude. I'm seeking a deeper. What's going on, Paraplegic Bear? I'm seeking an absolutely deeper relationship with my existence. And so for me, like my sobriety isn't about like not drinking and drugging. My sobriety is about interfacing with this reality, this three-dimensional 5 sense thing and doing it harmoniously. And that means taking all the bullshit in stride, dude. I got stuff from the IRS the other day. I got crazy cows. I got gophers. I got life going on. And yet that stuff's all like beautiful if I'm operating in the frequency right now. If you just go pray, dude, go meditate. Yeah, for sure. But then again, how do I do that if my body is filled with toxic molecules, right? I ask myself this a lot. It's so easily over. I was reading some weird meme the other day that was like, people ask, why is organic food so expensive when they should ask, why is unhealthy food so cheap, dude? And I think about that. Like today I ate my first radishes from the garden, right? I was like, yeah, dude, mojo. But I woke up, I didn't feel well. Why? Because I ate some like processed crackers at Owl's baseball game because I was like, forgot to bring like my snack bag and the thing. So So I woke up, I was feeling a little off, but I was hydrated. I went to bed. I made sure I had a cup of water by my bed, and I got up and I had a conscious relationship with water. And I think that this aspect of sobriety isn't in this book, dude. And I think that really there should be another chapter. Like, and that's why I'm not, that's why we're not affiliated. Like, this book will only take you so far, dude. Once you get sobriety and you maintain sobriety, the work is now just begun. And I know this is advanced. Some of you might just be like trying not to stick a crack pipe in your face, or a fifth of Jack Daniels, or another tub of ice cream in your face. And like, well, that's a distant thing. But I guess what I'm trying to say is you can overcome that. It's a lot of work. It's hard, and you can maintain your life, and you go when you're sober and it gets better or different or whatever you want it to be. And then you reach these plateaus, and those plateaus will make you crazy, dude. And if you stay crazy long enough, the only solution will be to go get loaded again. And the lip service around now, you just go pray, dude. Just go make your bed, change your day. Like, dude, for the last 2 weeks, I've been like fully like tripping out, like trying to pray, do all that stuff, talking to God. And I'm like, why am I just so edgy and cranky and pissed off? And it's like, of course I am. My entire spacesuit is lacking the most important component that we as human beings are required to consume: water. Like that should be like in here. Make sure you stay hydrated, and then you can begin to think about your bioelectrical spacesuit. I know I'm not really talking about sobriety, but I am, because this is where I'm at, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna drink today. It's fucking stupid, dude. It's child's play. I was watching someone drink a beer the other day, and I just was like, I didn't get it. I don't get it, dude. Like, I don't get it. As a dude who sucked down 18 wheelers full of beer and booze and drugs, I look at it now, and you might as well. I don't know. It's so irrelevant to me. I just don't get how anybody finds it relevant. Like, I don't get it. And so my problem's not like that. I don't care. You can drink all you want. I don't care. Like, I don't care. That's what I mean is the obsession's been so removed that, like, you would literally have to like strap me down and intravenously inject alcohol into my body. Like, I'm just like I would never, like, I'm just like, why would, it's like the equivalent of like, why would I drink motor oil? Like, why would I drink motor oil, dude? Like, I wouldn't. Would you? Like, it's the same equivalent to me, dude. Like, I look at alcohol as a consumable beverage the same way I look at motor oil as a consumable beverage, dude. I'm like, yeah, it's liquid. I could pour it in my throat and it could go down. But why would I do that, dude? It's completely irrelevant to my spacesuit, dude. And so what I'm getting at is you do cross that bridge if you stay in this game long enough. We're like, yeah, it's just a non-issue. Doesn't mean that like I'm free and clear. Absolutely not. Like, I'm a madman, dude. I was crazy yesterday, dude. Crazy. But I'll tell you what, today I went to bed hydrated. I got up, I hydrated. I've been hydrating all day. And it was like, today was like, it wasn't easy, but it was relaxed. Like, I was like, I could breathe finally. And I don't know about any of you all, but like, I'm an alcoholic. Like, I wake up like under the gun, dude. And today I woke up and I was like, I'm not pushing it, dude. I'm going to sit down normally I wake up, dude, and go like run out the door, feed the animals, do the thing, start the, and today I was like, nah, I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna enjoy my coffee with Owl. He's gonna have his hot cocoa. We're gonna hang out for a little bit, go feed the animals, do the thing, just roll with it. We went for a hike today. We went up to the Salmon Creek waterfall. Like, we went and enjoyed the day, and I got more work done. Why? Because I was like hydrated. But why is that so important? Because like I paid attention to the, like, this thing I inhabit, right? Because again, is if you get into like why alcohol and drugs and all the things we do to alleviate our suffering, is because we're trapped in this thing, right? We're trapped in our spacesuit. We're trapped in our body. We're trapped in our mind. We're trapped in the reality we exist in, right? So we the one thing we can do is we can trick our spacesuit into altering reality. Again, if you think about like, what does alcohol and drugs do, dude? Like, what's the trick, dude? Like, why do they make you feel better? Because they alter your neurochemistry and your brain waves and your thing, and they make you perceive reality in a completely different way. Yeah, you can be drunk sitting at the bar with a smashed up car, smashed up person next to you, a smashed up reality, a smashed up bank account, and everything's like bitching, dude. Like, yeah, dude, look at the toothless hag serving me drinks, dude. She's beautiful. Yeah, it's my smashed up car. It's not a big deal. Like all that. Why? It's because like the alcohol has changed our neurochemistry inside of ourselves. It's not because like something else is happening. It's because we've altered our body chemistry, right? And we're in a different spiritual state of being because we're perceiving the world totally chemically, bioelectrically different. And we're like, yeah, this is better, dude. I can deal with my overweight, my skinny, my mad, my beat up reality, dude. And I'm like at ease with it. So then we get sober. And this, I found that like this book, as rad as it is to get you sober and maintain your sobriety, it doesn't do the inverse. And it doesn't even talk about it really. It is why you have the desired effect with drugs and alcohol to alleviate your spiritual deficit was because it changed your body chemistry. Now you get sober and you're not doing anything to change your body chemistry, i.e., eat better, drink more water. Like I don't know how anybody's sober and drinking high fructose corn syrup. It seems impossible to me. I couldn't even fathom it. Dude, I haven't had a hard candy in like a decade. Like the concept of me putting like a Starburst fruit chew in my mouth is the equivalent of me drinking motor oil. The concept of me opening up a Pepsi or a Diet Coke or a Mountain Dew or a Doc Holiday or whatever it may be, the equivalent of motor oil. Dude, the concept of me sitting down with a bag of Oreo cookies, motor oil, dude. So, and why? Because this dude knows that stuff will make me more likely to be spiritually out of whack. And oh, that's crazy, dude. Just pray over your food. Absolutely. I firmly believe that you can change the molecular structure of your food by praying over it. I believe that you could pray over an Oreo cookie and it turn into nutrition for your body. I believe that God has just miracle powers, dude. But on the practical side of this whole thing, how do you maintain like real sobriety and eat and drink garbage? I don't know, because I eat okay. I don't add a bunch of like real toxic stuff. But dude, me not having enough water, dude, made me like an assassin, dude. Not even an assassin, a serial killer, dude, an angry serial killer. Like what? Why? And it's like it's that thing. And so when we get sober, like, yeah, get sober, dude. Yeah. Step one, stop dumping poison in your body. Yeah. Fantastic. Deal with yourself, deal with your problems, deal with life, learn how to live this life. And then at a certain point, you got to switch into like, what am I putting in my spacesuit? Like, I don't know, man. It, oh, dude, hinterlanders. Do you feel a little bit of junk food? Yeah, I ate a Keebler cracker, a pack of Keebler crackers with the fake cheese spread in them at Al's baseball game yesterday. So I was super hungry. I ate it, dude. I woke up this morning feeling like I was like ill. I woke up ill. I was like, why do I feel so ill? And I was like, what did I eat yesterday? I was like, oh, it was those crackers. Yeah, no, I can tell, dude. I can tell immediately when I eat like toxic food, like immediately. And I can also tell immediately when I eat something that is like when I had a strawberry from my garden today and two radishes. I could feel the bioelectricity, man. Like bam, dude. I used to live Pop Tarts and oh, dude, yeah, Pop Tarts, dude, cinnamon Pop Tarts all day long, dude. I used to break off all the crust, dude, and just, dude, dude, Pop Tarts, all that stuff, man. It's crazy because we didn't though. That's the thing, hinterlands. We didn't feel fine. That's why our reality's in a shit show that it is. It's the food. We've been poisoning ourselves so long that that's where the chicken and the egg. Now we're kind of moving into a philosophical thing about it. Like it's because you could argue 300 years ago, you know, there wasn't a bunch of processed food and people were sucking down alcohol too, dude. Right. But I think in the last century, the 20th century for Western modern Americans, I think that half the reason we're so uncomfortable and out of our mind is we're poisoned with the food we eat and we're lacking nutrition and we're dehydrated. And so like drink a bunch of booze and alcohol and it alters the thing and you never actually realize what it is, dude. And the thing, what's an ideal meal for you, dude? One of my wife's salads, dude. She makes some wicked salads. Imagine how I don't really use the word Native Americans. I think that's offensive. Just lizard wizard. I refer to them as it's either their tribal names or the original people. Native Americans, I find to be gross, and that's me personally. Like, there's plenty of original people who don't mind calling themselves Native Americans, but you know, that's their own. But I definitely, I think, on a side note here, just sidebar about that is they were all of unique tribal things. So it's like calling a bunch of of people Europeans, dude. Well, you could be a French person's totally different than a Romanian person, and a British person's totally different than like a Greek person, but they're all Europeans. And Italian's different than a Norwegian, but they're all Europeans. You wouldn't walk up to a group of people that are all ethnically different Europeans and be like, you're all a bunch of Europeans. You'd be like, oh, you're probably Norwegian or what. I'm just saying that the usage of that word is loosely, I think, derogatory in a weird way. Like they were all very different. The Sioux were very different than the Mohawks. The Seneca were very different than the Navajo. So the Nez Perce were radically different than the Comanches. So to call them all Native Americans, not trying to troll you there, dude, lizard wizard. I got what you're saying, dude. It's one of my sidebars, dude. Add some salt. I add my own magic mix of stuff to my water, DK. Stuff don't grow as well as after all the chemtrails. I don't know about any of that stuff either, paraplegic, dude. I've found that everything seems to grow just fine. It's the you are native to wherever you're born. Well, we're all born on Spaceship Earth. How about we're just native to Spaceship Earth? If we're gonna get native, because I definitely wasn't born in America, dude. If it's on that level, dude, I owe no allegiance to the corporation. Now we're just whatever, dude. Sober Wednesday, we talk about whatever we want, dude. But yeah. If anything, I was born in Boston. What does that make me, dude? I definitely have no allegiance to Boston, dude. And I got no allegiance to the corporation of the United States of America either. So on that level, I will go with I'm an earthling, dude. I am not a renter and I'm not divided on that thing. That's where the rub on this whole thing is, man. Boston or the city of Boston. I was born in the big hospital there. I forget what it is, dude. Is it? But I want to say it's Beth Israel, but I think that might be in LA, dude. Is that what that is? Where it is, dude? Boston. Yeah, Boston. I think that's it, dude. Do you drink tap water or bottled water? I drink neither of those, dude. I distill my water, dude. Tap water's like, yeah, does it come out of the tap? Dude, I have a well, so it's not, I don't drink city water, dude. Ugh, I don't know. I've been gardening, farming my whole life. I don't know why. Maryland has just went downhill. Got to get horse crap and like, yeah, you got to amend your soil, dude. I'm giving it a swing, dude. Like it's going pretty good except for the gophers, dude. I only just drink distilled water from my well, dude. That's it, man. I'm big on distilling right now too. Yeah, well, once you get into the labor of it, it's pretty much why wouldn't you, dude? Like the concept of drinking bottled water is insane to me, dude. I think I gotta go. It's my wife. I'll talk to you guys later. All right, you guys stay sober. Links down below, and I'm out of here. Hey, what's going on? Hey.